This is Natesh here. In last video, we have discussed about what is material removal process and classification of material removal process. Am I right? So there are three types of material removal process. One is conventional, abrasive, and non-conventional material removal process. In conventional process, tool and workpiece will be in direct contact with each other. In abrasive, the tool and workpiece will be in direct contact within each other. The grinding wheel is made up of abrasives which are bonded together, that is closely packed. Okay. In non-traditional machining process, the tool and workpiece will not be in direct contact within each other. So, how the machining is performed? With energy forms. Okay, with the help of energy forms, material removal is performed. Okay, so today we will be discussing about machining. In this video we will be discussing about machining. So it is cutting actions involves shear deformation of work material to form a chip. As chip is removed, new surface is exposed. Okay, this is the cutting tool. Okay, so you would have seen this cutting tool while doing turning, facing, step turning, knurling, etc. So while doing these operations, you would have did with the help of the single point cutting tool. Okay, this is the cutting tool, and this is the chip. Okay, this is whole is called as the workpiece. Okay, and this is the chip. Okay, this is the motion of the tool. Okay, tool is moving from right to left. Okay, this is the motion of tool, and this is the motion of chip. Okay, so what is chip? Chip is nothing but when the excess material is removed from the workpiece. Okay, the excess material is removed in the form of chip. So why you are going to remove the excess material? To get the required chip. So these excess material are removed in the form of chip. So while performing turning operation, so you would have noticed a chip will be removed. Okay, you will be able to see a curly chip coming out while you are performing the turning operation. Am I right? So those are called as chips, and this chip is divided into three types. One is continuous, discontinuous, and chips with built-up edges. Okay, and so this is the new surface. Okay, new surface means the tool is moved over there and machining is performed. The material is removed. Okay, this is the original surface. Okay, and this surface is the new surface where the excessive material is removed as per the requirement. So this region is called the shear zone. Okay, whereas shear deformation take place to form the chip. Okay, and this is called as the flank. Okay, I will explain about this while we are going to see about single point cutting tool nomenclature in our future classes. Okay, this is called as the rake face. This is called as the flank. Okay, this is the cutting edge of tool. This edge will be in direct contact with the workpiece. Okay, and this is rake angle. This is called as the rake angle, and this is called as the negative rake angle. There are three types of rake angle: positive rake angle, negative rake angle, and zero rake angle. So this angle is called as the relief angle. Why relief angle is given? The relief angle is not given. The tool will be in will be hitting the workpiece. Okay, so while you are going to move the tool towards the workpiece, what happens? It hit the workpiece. Okay, only the cutting edge should be in direct contact with the workpiece. Okay, not the flank surface. So we are going to give some relief angle so that it won't be in contact with the workpiece. Am I clear? And next one, this is the negative rake angle. This is called as the positive rake angle, and this angle, okay, this angle is called as the negative rake angle, and this angle is called as the positive rake angle. Types of rake angle. What is rake angle? It is a parameter used in various cutting and machining process describing the angle of cutting face relative to work. Okay, it describes the angle of cutting face. Okay, so it describes the tool cutting face angle. Okay, what is positive rake angle? A tool has positive rake when the face of the cutting tool slopes away from the cutting edge at inner side. See this, the slope. Okay, this is the slope. Okay, what happens? It slopes away from the cutting edge at inner side. Okay, this slope. Okay, this slope slopes away from the cutting edge at inner side. This is called as the positive rake angle. Okay, from this point at contact, okay, cutting edge, draw a line. Okay, this angle is called as the gamma. Okay, it can be said as the positive rake angle. And this one next is zero rake angle. A tool has zero rake when the face of the cutting tool is perpendicular to the cutting edge at inner side. So the face is perpendicular to the cutting edge at inner side. Okay, this is called as the zero rake angle where gamma is equal to 0. Okay, so this have some angle and here gamma is equal to 0. Okay, so in this what happened, the face of the tool slopes away from the cutting edge at the inner side. Here the face of the tool is perpendicular to the cutting edge. This is the negative rake angle. Okay, how is the face here? The face of the cutting tool slopes away from the cutting edge at outer side. Okay, so this is at the inner side. Okay, this is perpendicular. The face is perpendicular to the cutting edge. So this is the cutting edge. This is the cutting edge. Okay, you can describe very easily. Okay, the face slopes away from the cutting edge at the inner side. Here the face, what happens? The face is perpendicular to the cutting edge at the inner side. It's called as zero rake angle. In negative rake angle, the face slopes away from the cutting edge at outer side. Okay, it is called as negative rake angle. So positive rake angle generally make the tool more sharp and pointed. This reduces the strength of the tool, and a small included angle in the tip may cause it to chip away. Reduce cutting forces and power requirement. Helps in the formation of continuous chips in ductile materials. Can help avoid the formation of built-up edge. Negative rake angles generally increase the strength of cutting edge, the cutting edge which is going to be in direct contact with the workpiece. Okay, so it increases the strength of the cutting edge. The tool is more blunt. Increases the cutting force, increases the power required for cut, can increase friction resulting in higher temperature, can improve surface finish. Sorry. Zero rake angle, it is easy to manufacture, easier to resharpen, less power and cutting forces than a negative rake tool. Chip will wear and crater at the rake face. Okay, so wear is common in zero rake angle. So we'll be seeing about the mechanics of chip formation. Okay, how does the chip is formed? I have said here the chip is formed here. Okay, we are going to see how does the chip is formed. So consider this as the single point cutting tool. This is single point cutting tool. I have just showed the animation. Okay, what operation is performing here? They are performing turning operation, reducing the diameter. Okay, facing means reducing the length of the workpiece. What happens? This is called as the cutting edge. This cutting edge will be in direct contact with the workpiece. The basic mechanics of forming a chip are same regardless of base material. So what are the base material? Okay, the mechanism is same. As a cutting tool engages the workpiece, this is the cutting tool. When it engages the workpiece, the material directly ahead of the tool is sheared and deformed under tremendous pressure. Okay, it is sheared and deformed under tremendous pressure. The deformed material then seeks to relieve its stressed condition by fracturing and flowing into the space above the tool in the form of a chip. Okay, so the deformed tool, what happened, it seeks to relieve from the stressed condition, so by fracturing and flowing into the space above the tool in the form of a chip. Okay, when it's relieving the stress, it flows out in the form of a chip. The real difference is how the chip typically forms in various materials. So based on the ductile material or brittle material, the chip will be formed. Okay, that is called as continuous, discontinuous. We will be seeing in our future classes. Regardless of the tool being used for the material being cut, the chip forming process occurs by a mechanism called plastic deformation. The deformation can be visualized as shearing. Okay, that is shear zone. This is when a material is subjected to load exceeding its elastic limit. Okay, so what is shearing? The material is subjected to a load exceeding its elastic limit. The maximum, what is elastic limit? The maximum extent to which a solid may be stretched without permanent alteration of size or shape. Okay, so it should not change its shape, it should come back to its original shape. So the shape should not be altered. Okay, that is called as elastic limit. The maximum extent to which a solid may be stretched, and even after it may be able to retain its original position. It is called as the elastic limit. So this is the workpiece is holded by a chuck. Okay, so this is called the tool. The spindle continuously rotates, and what happens? The tool is moved towards the workpiece. We have seen rectangle types. Okay, why machining is important? Is it important? Variety of work materials can be machined, most frequently used to cut metals. Variety of part shapes and special geometric features possible, such as screw thread, accurate round holes, very straight edge and surfaces, good dimensional accuracy and surface finish. What are the disadvantages of machining? If there is advantage, there will be a disadvantage also. Okay, so wasteful of material. Chips generated in machining are wasted material, at least in the unit operation. Okay, the chips which are produced are wasted material. Time consuming. A machining operation generally takes more time to shape a given part than alternative shaping process, such as casting, powder metallurgy or forming. Okay, thank you.